Good morning, Ray. How have you been? I hope you are doing great and that you are ready to begin workings on IEP Goals 1 and 2. So for today, Ray, we're going to continue to change sentences to the past. So past tense, we know that are verbs that already happened. Anything that happened already, whether it was yesterday, last week, last month, last year, many years ago, anything that already happened is in the past. It is past tense. And anything that is happening right now is present tense. So as we know, some words in the past, most words in the past, have or an end with the letters ed. So look would be looked, smile would be smiled, and wave would be waved. In the present, well, we can either have just a regular word or they can have ing, like smiling or driving or walking. Anything like that. We know that some words will change when you are talking about them in the past, like the words like give would be gave, and then there's other words that are going, even if you're talking about them in the present or in the past, they just don't change, like shut. It's the same thing whether it happened right now or it happened yesterday. It was still shut, like the door. You shut the door today, you get the door shut yesterday too. So that is what we're going to continue talking about and working about today. So for the worksheet, it is worksheet number 3. So please get that one out so we can begin working. Okay, Ray, so this is the worksheet for this week. It is called Worksheet 3, Regular Past Tense. And I'm going to do 2 questions with you, and the rest you will work on your own. So the first one says, Grandma will pick some flowers. How can we make this sentence in the past? So to start off, we can start off by saying last week. Maybe we can start it off like that. So let me add a text. So let's start as last week, comma, Grandma picked, because it already happened, so we're going to put picked some flowers from her garden. I'm going to write a little more just so it's in a complete sentence. So we did last week, Grandma picked some flowers from her garden. And that's how we made this into the past. This word, we just needed to add ed to make it past tense, right? So once you are done with this question, we will move on to the next. Number 2 says, Abby and Brandon will dance. So how can we make this past tense, Ray? Good job. Let's put Abby and Brandon danced last night at the Christmas show. So Abby and Brandon will dance. We changed it to Abby and Brandon danced last night at the Christmas show. We added the D here at danced, and we inserted last night just to emphasize that it was when it was, and made the sentence a complete sentence. So that is what you're going to do for the rest of the questions. Ray, if you need any help, please let me know. If not, let's continue on to goal number 2. So for goal number 2, Ray, we're going to continue talking about inferences with evidence. So as we know, when we make inferences, we are using clues to figure out what the author is not saying. So sometimes in stories, even though they don't tell us what is going to happen or how something happened, us, from our experiences or just from our knowledge that we have, we can kind of figure out why it happened, how it happened, or what is going to happen next. And when we do that, we use words as I think, I predict, my guess is, or maybe. That because we aren't sure, but because of what we know and because of what we have experienced ourselves, we kind of think or predict that that is what is going to happen. So that is what we're going to do for the next worksheet. For goal number 2, the worksheet is inference worksheet number 3. So take out that worksheet, and that's the one we will be working on. So this is the worksheet, Ray. It starts off as the teacher brought. So don't forget to write your name and the date. Today's date is December the 3rd, 2020. And then I will read the short story with you. I will answer question number 1 with you, and then you will answer the rest on your own. So the story says, as the teacher brought the class back from the washroom, he noticed that Alvin and Elijah were nowhere to be seen. He asked the class, has anyone seen Alvin or Elijah? Most of the students confirmed that they had not seen them, except for Rodney, who remained silent while tapping his foot on the floor anxiously. The teacher noticed this. Rodney, do you happen to know where your best buddies Alvin and Elijah went? Rodney looked away and said, nah, I haven't seen them. The teacher notified the office of missing students. An announcement was made over the PA system, and a few minutes later, Alvin and Elijah returned to class. Both were very sweaty, and Elijah was carrying a basketball. Sorry we took so long. We had to use the bathroom, Elijah said. Said Elijah. Yeah, chimed in Alvin. It took longer than we thought. So, just based on what we have read, we kind of give ourselves an idea where they were at because of what they were holding or how they came back really sweaty. That is helping us predict where they were and what they were doing. So then Ray, it says, what were Alvin and Elijah doing while they were gone? So, what do you think they were doing? Yes, Ray, good job. That is correct. I think they were playing basketball outside because they both came back really sweaty and Elijah was carrying a basketball. So to start off, let's highlight. Both were very sweaty and Elijah was carrying a basketball. You can highlight it or underline it, Ray, it does not matter. But that right here is giving us that just prediction that like, oh, I think they were outside playing basketball. So then now we are going to put here our prediction. And we can put I think, I predict, or maybe. So let's start off with I think Alvin and Elijah were outside playing basketball. And why do we think they were playing basketball outside? Because they were both sweating and one of them was carrying a basketball. And even though they didn't tell us that in the story, just by what we read and by what we know, we kind of predict that is what happened. So now, Ray, you will be answering the rest on your own. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, once you are done, don't forget to submit a picture on Teams, and once you do that, you are good to go. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you here tomorrow. Bye, Ray.